Welcome to Ktor tutorial series. Ktor is a server-side framework that helps us build applications in Kotlin. It is a modern framework, which means it is an asynchronous framework built on the top of Kotlin coroutines. So before we start this series, there are a couple of prerequisites that I expect you to have. The number one is Kotlin programming language, and number two is coroutines. So if you don't know both of them or any of them, there are a bunch of free resources available online that are really awesome. So the first one is the Kotlin programming language series by Don Felker. He is a great instructor. He's a great Android developer and Kotlin developer. So he made this series, which is around 9 hours long, probably more than 9 hours. And it goes through from the basics of Kotlin up until intermediate to advanced concepts in Kotlin language. And the second one is coroutines. For coroutines, Philip Lackner, again a great YouTuber, a great Android developer, and a great content creator, and a Kotlin expert, I'll say, has this series on coroutines on his YouTube channel, which has 10 videos and go through a lot of different examples teaching you coroutines. And then again on his channel, if you go, there is this MVVM news app series. So this is the next step from the Kotlin coroutines if you want to practically implement coroutines on the client side. So you can go through both of these series to learn more about coroutines before diving into Ktor. Now let's come back to Ktor. So in this series, we will learn how to create REST APIs. We will only be learning about REST APIs right now. We won't learn about web applications or web sockets. In the future, I will cover web sockets, but there is very less chance that I will cover web application because I'm not a front-end developer. I hardly know any CSS. So if I'll teach you that stuff, I will be a very bad tutor basically. So my main focus is people who are Android developers or people who want to learn backend development but don't want to use dynamic languages such as Python or JavaScript and are tired of the weird parts of JavaScript. That's why I started learning Ktor and I have fallen in love with this framework. So let's get started. So there are two ways to create Ktor projects. The first one is through IntelliJ, which is the preferred way to create Ktor project. But for that you need the IntelliJ Ultimate Edition IDE. If you download the Community Edition, the Ktor plugin is not available for that one. And the second one is you can go to ktor.io and you can click on download and then go to start.ktor.io. And then there is this web project generator for Ktor. It's similar to the Spring Boot project generator. So to create a project, you have to follow a few steps. The first one is you have to select which build system you want. Either you want Gradle or Gradle with Kotlin or Maven. We will select Gradle because that has been the standard for long, and if you're coming from Android background, you are probably familiar with Gradle more than Gradle with Kotlin. So we will select Gradle, and then you will see a list of options for the server engine. We will use Netty, the default one, but you can use Jetty, Tomcat or CIO. CIO is coroutines.io, which is the future, probably within next few months or an year when this becomes more stable. This will become the de facto server engine for Ktor applications. But right now Netty is the most common one, so we will stick ourselves to Netty. Then this is the Kotlin version and you can select the Kotlin version, and this is the group name, basically what package name you want to give it to your applications. You can set up the reverse domain name of your website or your company or whatever you want, and then Ktor, this is the project name. So basically once you fill up all this information, one more thing that you will need to start with Ktor is routing. So you have to search here. So these are the server side libraries on this side, and these are the client side libraries. So we will be installing routing. What this will help us in is to basically create different routes in the application and configure them. So once we are done with these things, we will click build, and it will download the basic project. We will download it on our desktop, and you can't see my desktop, but what I'm doing is let me delete the old project. I am basically unzipping the file here, and then I'll open my IntelliJ. I'll close this old project, sorry for this. So I'll open my IntelliJ, I'll click on open, then I'll go to desktop, and then this is the project that we downloaded, and I unzipped it, and this is the project that we have, and I will open it, and I created it, so I'll trust the project. So we will wait for this project to build. It might take few seconds to up to a minute, depending on the speed of your machine. We will close these dialogues, and this is the project that we have. We can click on run, and it is building the project here. And now it's running the server. So it's running on HTTP 0.0.0.0.8080. So we will open this in our browser, and nothing is being shown because the project that you create through the web project generator doesn't have a default routing setup here. Let's look at it. So yeah, it doesn't have any default routing. And the second way, as I told you, that if you have the IntelliJ Ultimate IDE, so you can download the Ktor plugin, and we can create the project through the IDE itself. So let's start with that. So you open the IntelliJ IDE, you go to plugins, you search for Ktor, and you will see two plugins. One say obsolete, so you don't have to download that because it's obsolete. You download this Ktor one and restart the IDE. So I have already installed it. I'll just create a new project, and let me delete the old projects from my desktop. So I'll say Ktor demo app, and I'll select Gradle Groovy. I'll give it my website name, and the artifact will be reversed with the application name. The Ktor version is 1.5.4, engine is default, and then here comes this configuration file. So we will keep it to code default right now, but there is another option called Hoken. I'll explain you the difference in a later video when we will create more configuration. So let's keep it to code default now, and we'll keep this check mark. It will add some code and basically set up our basic project. And in the next one, this is again the client and the server side stuff that we installed. So we will install routing, and we will click finish. So this will create a project. So the structure of the project is a little bit different when you start from the web generator, or if you start it from the IntelliJ. I prefer the IntelliJ one. I'm gonna create projects through IntelliJ. I recommend you that you have the IntelliJ IDE and the Ktor plugin to follow along with the series. So this is the Ktor project. In the next video, I will explain you the basic file structure of the project and how the existing code is structured and what it is doing. Thank you. I hope you join me in the future videos as well. I'll try to make the code available for every project in the description. Thank you very much.